C, and this is REZ-2026-03, the Villanueva property located at 6201 Union Road. This is 6 acres. It's currently EA, and the request is for CG, and this will as well be served with well and septic. Mr. Dillon.
Yes, sir. Thank you. The request for commercial zoning comes based on the applicant's proposal for an office and storage facility for their existing business and commercial roofing. You'll note here the existing CG zoning to the south of Franks Creek Storage has been there and is currently expanding. You'll also notice the RA to the southeast there, which is the Union Springs subdivision, which is the conservation subdivision. Keeping with the rural residential character area, CG isn't recommended at the moment, but again, CC is. You have in your packets that compare with uses between CC and CG. You'll also notice some wetlands spanning the middle of this property, which takes up the vast majority of the 6 acres. Not necessarily pictured, but depicted on this next slide here. There's also a 6-inch gas line and a 10-inch sewer force main running through the majority of the property. Based on the applicant's proposed site, we have approximate gas easement. Once more here, overlay, you can see the usability of the property given those 2 utilities there. The applicant is proposing approximately 6,000 square foot building in the northwest corner. Again, this is Union Road looking north, looking due west toward I-75. Those pine trees in the middle are approximately where the pond is, and then looking south towards the existing residence, Franks Creek Storage, and the Union Springs subdivision to your left. You look across again to the approximate location where the 6,000 square foot office is proposed. We also note that the property does have about 460 feet of visibility from I-75. They do have an existing fence there. And we look at the surrounding areas, again, looking north toward the subject property, Franks Creek Storage on your left, Union Springs on your right. These pictures are relevant for the potential conditions you see regarding some of the landscaping and buffering. So again, with that being said, staff identified some concerns for CG zoning in this area, including lighting, noise concerns, the size and scale, the overall development of this particular piece of property, and did recommend approval with 2 conditions. The conditions here, again, are the minimum buffer along Union Road, and then the lack of use of clubs, lodge, meetings, or event facilities, no alcohol package stores or gas stations, with or without convenience stores. The Planning Commission spent considerable time debating the underlying section here of Condition 1, that the existing fence you saw along I-75 should be consistent with the color, materials, and design of the buildings, in essence, trying to paint it to match Franks Creek. But again, they ultimately recommended approval 8-0 with these 2 conditions.
Any questions, Mr. Dillon? Mr. Dillon, I do have a question, and I have a bit of a concern on option number 2, and that is the existing fence along the western property line of running I-75. Are we saying here now that any development on the property on I-75 would consistently be the same fence, the green fence that's on this other building?
That is what the Planning Commission did recommend. Staff did not recommend.
That to me seems like they're getting into the area of design standards, and I have a concern about that. To tell someone what color their fence needs to be. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that certainly if we require a buffer, whatever that might be, that's one thing. But the color of the buffer, I have a problem with that personally. So just think about that as we move along. I know the one that's there, the fence is kind of, it's not the best looking fence in the world, but there again, it could be just a simple wire fence. It could have been no fence at all there, other than the 8-foot fence that the interstate, the state puts up with the interstate system. Well, there it is. There's the picture of it. So I just, to paint that all green and require that, I think we're overstepping our bounds.
I think what they mentioned at the planning commission was not the white fence, but the brown piece of fence. Spray that white to match up with that.
I think it said green, didn't it?
The Planning Commission, again, got into a little bit of the color, and staff used existing language within the ULDC to try and provide them a framework to, again, match the materials.
Yeah. And a question, and I haven't been into the property to look at it, but I think part of the issue is why what you're seeing there is the fact that there's not enough room between the GDOT fence and this fence. You know, normally you would have put the metal on the outside, but in that case, it's right up against that fence, so it creates that issue that you got, that you see there now.
But if they did that, they would have to encroach on that right of way.
That's correct. Yeah. But I just see it as a problem. Okay. Any other questions?